we want you to learn to be the best people you can be is accountability. See if I can get to this. There it goes. Okay. So accountability. Again, it's two thumbs. The hand signal is two thumbs pointing to you. It basically means you can trust me. I'm going to do my job. The credo, the definitions, I will do my job to the best of my ability. The way we're going to go about doing that this spring, 2025, is the first and foremost is you need to be at school all the time. You need to be here doing something to get yourself more educated, more physically, more mentally stronger. If you're not going to be here, you need to email Coach Ryder and let him know why you are absent. The second thing you need to do is you need to text your position coach. Say, Coach, I'm out. I'm taking care of my mom, or whatever it is. The next thing you need to do to be the most accountable to this team and to the football program at Santa Fe High School is you need to run track. First off, we need to get faster as a team, as well as you need to get faster as an individual. And also, we need to compete consistently. And that's a part and a way to do it. Or you can play another sport. We've got a lot of baseball players, and that's a great thing. It's great to stay competitive. We are a multi-sport program, so you need to find a way to involve yourself in something that Santa Fe High School that is a second sport to keep you competitive and to get you faster. The last thing is you need to be striving to make all A's and B's in high school classes. When Coach Sarkisian came in to the University of Texas, he came in and his guys were the whole team was a 2.0 GPA, which 2.0 is barely passing. That's a C average. Very lazy grades. They were also not very good at football. Now they're in the semifinals of the college football playoffs, and his core GPA as a team is a 3.5. If you translate that to high school grades, that's an 85. That means they are really competitive and they're really doing the right thing in the classroom. Accountability is all about doing the best you can do to the best of your ability and being really well-rounded. Academics, sports, and just helping your community out. And that's what it's all about. The last thing I want to show you is I'm going to show you a little video of Coach Saban, who is the greatest coach of all time, as well as he's won lots of championships, won lots of games, and helped a lot of men grow up to be super successful humans, which is what we're striving to do. So the last thing I want you to watch is this right here. I'll shut it down after the video. And remember, we're going to have questions. I want to have questions, and I want you to answer honestly in the sports you at. So again, this is Coach Saban talking about accountability and just basically creating a standard of excellence in everything you do. Let's see if we can get it going.
Just got a question about how you maintain your winning culture year in and year out, specifically about the team activities and expectations that you set that allow you to be so successful.
Well, I think the biggest thing that we do is, we're a process-oriented organization. People look at me sometimes when I say, outcomes are a distraction. We want to focus on what we need to do to get the outcome. Like if you walk around our building at Alabama, you'll see no signs that say win the SEC championship. You'll see no signs that say win the national championship. There is one sign that says be a champion. And then there's a pyramid of what it takes to be a champion. You got to be a team player. Together, everybody accomplishes more. People have to respect and trust in the principles and values of the organization, and they got to respect and trust in each other, and they got to be accountable to each other. I mean, there's a responsibility and obligation that every individual has on the team, not to me, but to themselves and to each other. And if they're going to be trusted by their teammates, they have to do their job and they have to do it well. Second part of that is you got to be positive. You know, to me, body language is negative body language kind of brings everybody down. Positive body language, having energy, enthusiasm, being positive in your work, helps you create more value for yourself, helps you improve, but it also affects the people around you in a very positive way. So we don't like negative people. We don't like people who judge what we do, like why we practicing today, why are we doing fourth quarter program. I don't want to hear that. That's a principle and value of the organization that you choose to buy into. And when you buy into it, you need to go about it in a positive way, which is going to help you get better, and it's going to help us get better. And the third thing is everybody's got to be responsible for their own self-determination. That's all about accountability. If you're going to be a professional someday, you got to be responsible. Somebody's going to define an expectation. Somebody's going to define a standard, and you got to be accountable to it. And if you're not, they're going to fire you and get somebody else. So it's no different on our team. So everybody needs to learn how to do that. And we define that. I mean, we define the expectation for our players personally, academically, and athletically. And we define the expectation of what we expect them to do and the standard we expect them to do it to. And that helps them be successful. So, and the last thing is you got to have work ethic, you got to have character, you got to have discipline, you got to have self-discipline to make choices and decisions that are going to benefit you and help you make the kind of choices and decisions that are going to create value for you in your future. You got to have perseverance. You cannot be a great competitor if you don't have perseverance and you can't overcome adversity. So pride in performance, being the best player you can possibly be, reaching your full potential. I mean, these are all things that give players great self-gratification. So that's what it takes from a culture standpoint to be a champion. And that's what we try to promote with our players. We don't even talk about winning the game. We talk about dominating the competition. Again, it's one play at a time for 60 minutes in the game. There's no scoreboard. There's no external factors that are going to determine how I play and how I compete and how I perform. And I tell players all the time, when I was in the NFL, they used to make me a cut-up of you. And I watched how you play. I didn't know the score of the game. So are you playing different when we're 14 points behind? Are you playing different when we're 14 points ahead? So there is no scoreboard. You should try to be the best player you can be and dominate your box every play that you play, because that's what I'm going to look at. That's what you're going to get evaluated on. No, and nobody, I didn't even know who you're playing against. So does that mean if we're playing a good team, I play really good, but when we're playing a bad team, I don't play very good? So your standard should not be determined by some external factor, which includes who's the competition, because it's all about you being the best version of yourself, being the best competitor, playing your best all the time. And you have to train yourself to be able to do that. You got to be in great condition, or you're not going to be able to sustain your effort, not going to be able to sustain your toughness, and not going to be able to mentally stay focused on what you need to do, because when you get tired, you're going to lose focus and make mental errors. So all these things create value, but these things are all talking about what you control, what you can do to help your team be successful. Everybody says there's no I in team, but there is an I in win. And that's the individuals that make the team what it is. So you got to define the expectation